So I wonder if you can answer this question that I actually read in a book that the father of modern management, Peter Drucker, was asked. What do you want to be remembered for? Henry David Thoreau, he had this great quote while living near Walden Pond for 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days. And it's been rightfully recalled and repeated amidst the noise the past 5 to 10 years. He said this: most men lead lives of quiet desperation. I just want you to think about that. Most men and women lead lives of quiet desperation. Is that you? Do you want to be you?
A really famous lady died last year. A really rich guy died the year before that. A really successful lady died the year before that. Did any of them matter? Do you even know who they are? The more modern poet, one of my favorites, John Mayer, thinks through his checklist in his song, Something's Missing. He says, friends, check. Money, check. Well slept, check. Opposite sex, check. Guitar, check. Microphone, check. Messages waiting on me when I get home, check. And then he says this: how come everything I think I need always comes with batteries? That's a deep thought, isn't it? We have all the stuff, and yet we still seem so unsatisfied and obsessed with more. It's said that when the acclaimed father of modern management, Peter Drucker, was in school, he had a teacher who gave his entire class a profound question. What do you want to be remembered for? The teacher at the time told the young class of teenagers that it was okay if they were not able to answer the question immediately. But if they could not answer the question by their 40s, then their life was at risk of being wasted. So I'll ask you, can you answer that question? What do you want to be remembered for? Let me ask it another way. What do you want to be remembered for? Not what the loudest voice in your life wants from you, but what do you know that you have been built to do, even if those things are not the most commercially lucrative offer, even if you'll be seen as an outsider. That term outsider is interesting, isn't it? C.S. Lewis was speaking to a group of at London College in the 1940s and likened the constant striving of a person towards the expectation of others to an onion peeling contest. And he said this: you're trying to peel an onion. If you succeed, there's nothing left. To the outsiders, C.S. Lewis goes on to lend them courage, and he says, until you conquer the fear of being an outsider you will remain. The irony? Well, being an outsider is only true to those who are not following their God-designed calling and are trying with all their misdirected might to do what's popular and constantly falling short. These battles are solved if we are willing to put in the hard work of answering the simple question lobbed to a group of teenagers years ago: what do you want to be remembered for? This is such an important question to have a written answer for that we'll begin to have every business owner we work with start to answer this as a part of their vision story. So there are 3 reasons that I could think of, probably more, that you should be able to answer this question in writing. First, the answer to this question will color and guide every decision you make in all-important back half of your life. You don't have time to waste. At the time of this writing, Ashley and I are a mere 48 days away from cheering on our second child as he departs for life beyond our home. The speed of time is punishing. Second, the answer to this question, what do you want to be remembered for, will influence the people who matter most to you. Can you imagine if you held a piece of worn paper in your hands with the handwriting of your great-grandmother or your great-grandfather describing what they hoped to be remembered for? It would be a relic to be cherished and possibly guiding wisdom to provide clarity as you pursue what you want to be remembered for. At minimum, you'd be grateful for the effort they give. We all wish to have some impact on people in our lives who matter most. Being intentional about knowing what you wish to be remembered for will allow you to align decisions with that desire. Finally, the answer to that powerful question, what will you be remembered for, will lead you to a life less inhibited by widespread fear and more in line with a life of purpose. And yes, fear does invade a life of purpose. We want to matter. We want our work to matter. We want our family to matter. We want our children to matter. We want our own life to matter. So what does it mean to matter? Well, we know what it's not. Mattering is not general success in societal metrics. Your net worth, your work title, your number of social media followers. To matter instead is to live out what you were built and designed to do. That is what you need to find, because that is what you will wish to be remembered for. There was a famed automotive executive who brought Chrysler back from the brink years ago, Lee Iacocca. Here's what he said. Here I am in the twilight years of my life, still wondering what it is all about. And I can tell you this, fame and fortune is for the birds. Fame and fortune is for the birds. You may not be a business owner or key leader who arrives to your twilight years still wondering what it's all about. And if you are, may you not...